We are
here. We
here.
go.
This was like, there's so many of us on the phone right now, but I'm very excited. So I successfully did the conference call, and we're very excited to welcome to Chew the Scene, Lauren McCann, Jack Mulcahy, and David Sittler. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Wow, welcome.
Here. Oh my goodness, that was nerve-wracking.
This is our first
I was so afraid I was going to not
conference
do the conference call well, but welcome to Chew the Scene.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Welcome, guys.
What can we tell you?
Yes, so tell us all about Girl Boxer. So Lauren, you are the creator, the director, and the star of Girl Boxer.
Yes.
So just take us back.
And the writer.
The writer.
In there too.
Oh,
And the mom, and the caterer, and the producer.
She's literally did everything, which is
love that.
why I was so drawn. Well, I love our name, Lauren. Just so you know,
Yes.
I'm a big Lauren fan. So,
As am I.
and we've been following each other on Facebook, and you had your premiere, and I was like, I want to talk to her about this movie. So, you've done everything, and you have a great team of actors and everyone behind you. Can you give a little background about Girl Boxer and where it came from?
Yeah, so it kind of started as an actor. I was sort of in this funny place because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was a kindergarten teacher, and I was going in for these mom roles, and they come very often, and there's always a lot of people who could fill those roles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had somebody say, "But Lauren, you don't look like a mom. You look like an assassin or like a serial killer. You have this harder look to you." And that's the way you should go, market yourself as an actor. And I thought, well, how do I find something that has a hard edge to it, but then also just stays true to the softness that I am? And those aren't roles that are easy to come by. So I thought I'll write it myself. And my son was sleeping, and I thought, I'm just going to do it. I was afraid to start because I didn't know where it was going to go or how it was going to end. And I figured I don't need to wrap up all the ties right away. I'm just going to do it. And I did.
You did it. And then, so you have Jack on board and David. So guys, what was your part of the process? Did you come in after it was written? Lauren, did you guys all know each other? How did this form?
David, you want to take this first? Sure, yeah. Actually, through Facebook. It was already written at this point, and Lauren and I got together for coffee on the up near her home in the Upper West Side, and I thought this was a nice interview. And then she said, "Well, do you want to play the part?" And I was like, "What?" And then we had a first read-through actually back in January, and you just knew it was going to be magic. I mean, she also was casting director on this, and she just put together an amazing cast, amazing crew, and you just knew that night and she also made dinner for us, of course, so it was incredible.
I love a good crock pot.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, she really did. As for me, it was one of those work begets work. There was a young man named Michael Margeri who was a gaffer on a feature film that I was doing called The Jersey Devil. And then he, about 6-7 months later, asked me to do another film for him, his own project called Beyond Kepler. And Lauren was on that shoot, and I had only met Lauren at the actual table read. We didn't have any scenes together, but at the premiere of that film, she approached me about Girl Boxer, and she said, "Jack, this is a dark thing. I think you'd be perfect for it. There's not much speaking, going on." I go, "Then I'm out." But I said, "But send me the script anyway." And she did, and she'd already grasped the concept, and we talked about it over the months, the ensuing months, and I was fully on board after the first reading altogether. And the crock pot, yeah, definitely.
Thumbs up.
That's what sold you, the crock pot.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Lauren, talk about just your writing process. Did you have the story already in mind? Was it a scene that you wrote? How did that come together?
Well, I guess it's the type of thing when you just get an idea and you just kind of, going with the crockpot theme, kind of stews in your mind. And it was in there just for a long time, and I would hash out ideas with my husband back and forth. But as I was saying, like, I never sat down and actually put it on paper until I decided to do it. And I guess I'm kind of following a Jack Kerouac style where I just write. I'm learning that's not probably the best thing to do because it is getting quite involved. And at the moment, I can map the whole thing, and I've just kept it all in my head. And now I have started to understand that you have to make a spine and all this. I'm learning as I go. Let's put it that way.
You know, I love hearing you say this because I feel like we are definitely kindred spirits. I don't know if it's the Lauren thing because you brought up always being the mom. I'm always the mom. I have 2 projects coming up. I'm the mom, and it's fine. But I do like I can relate to you. But I also have an idea for a project in my head that I just need to like rip off the Band-Aid and write it down, and I'm holding myself back. So I really admire that you did this because your bio says that, you know, you're new to this. I mean, newer to film. To what? To film writing. To film writing.
Yeah, this is the first thing.
This is the first thing. And then you have these 2, how fantastic, with David and Jack. Jack, I mean, talk a little bit, you know, both, I'm going to ask both of you, but Jack, a little bit about your career. I mean, you're a working actor. You have a lot of projects under your belt, a lot that we've all seen.
Yeah. It's at the tender age of 25, I found myself on the set of a little teen sex comedy called Porky's that we did for about $1.5 million back in 1982, which wound up making $200 million.
Wow.
And so that kind of gave me an inkling that, hey, I might be able to do this stuff because I was a working musician as well. I was with Atlantic Records for like 7 years before this. I'm a singer and a songwriter by trade. And, 100 films and television shows later, here we are. But I do, I've read so many scripts, and I do have a keen eye for what's really, what really speaks and what really resonates. And the script that Lauren presented me with, and then when she presented me with David as my brother, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really, really fantastic. And it's not just the writing, but casting is like about 95% of every successful project.
Yeah. I agree.
Absolutely.
It really is. And if you trust, your casting and you trust your partners, and we only shot this thing over, 4 or 5 days, Lauren? I don't know.
Yeah, 4.
And we really had to bond. And, I trusted David implicitly. And I think he felt the same way as I did. And that when you see that hug that we haven't seen each other in like 5 or 6 years, it's just such an amazing thing. And I remember when Lauren called cut, that it was silent on set, and I saw a couple of pretty wet eyes too. So,
David,
and then as a director too, you just know right away, like, done.
You're like, done. We're not redoing that
again.
David, do you feel the same way? I mean, and David, you do stuff. You've done stuff. You just did a show at Centenary.
Yes, yeah, I did a one-man show based on the book The Things They Carried. By Tim O'Brien, and actually in North Carolina right now playing Scrooge.
Yeah.
We're still in the preview, so I have rehearsal this afternoon. But it's mutual admiration society for both Lauren and Jack. I mean, that was one of the first scenes we shot was the coming home scene, and Jack and I didn't really know each other. You get barely enough time to say hi, get up to set, and it moves pretty quick, when you're shooting in, doing a 4-day shoot.
Yeah.
And that moment just happened, and I know that they actually, Dominic, the cinematographer, and put it all together and just showed that clip, and we're like, even my wife said, I want to see this film. This is really special, and it really was.
David and Jack, did you guys know each other before this, or is this where everyone?
No, we met each other on set.
Oh.
We did not. We met each other at the actual reading of the script, and then David had to leave, so we didn't get a chance to even talk after that. So
I love this.
It's all about trust.
Yeah, honestly,
it is. Yeah, and it's also just the atmosphere on set that Lauren created, and with Mary too, who plays my wife. It was just
100.
Yeah.
Lauren, I love how you had mentioned how you weren't really finding the roles that were right for you, so you decided to write your own work.
Make
'Cause
your
I feel
own
like
work.
that's something that we keep hearing more and more about, and I think it's just inspiring to know, instead of kind of getting frustrated and giving up, it's like, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing. So I think for the three of you, what's that like for you when you're looking for new work and you do get something completely new and original to be a part of?
It's glorious.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, like I said, you're only doing this over 4 days, but you just, when you're in it, you're like, wow, I can do this.
It
the rest
went
of my
so
life.
fast too.
It really did
sure,
go
for
fast.
you. Yeah.
It does go. The days are long, but it's like it does go by quick. It's like long days, but they're quick, right?
Oh
It
yeah.
really does.
Yeah.
And I made a conscious decision about 7 or 8 years ago in terms of like finding your own work by immersing myself into student films, into young filmmakers, because number one, I would probably get the lead or a really cool supporting lead.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'd be working with, young directors who are coming up.
Right.
And so I find myself now with a really strong body of work. And if there's any time there's a casting, it's kind of like, I've got that character. I've got that character. I've got that character. I've got the pedophile. I've got the crazy,
Yeah, but you know what?
I've got the ex-convict that just broke out of jail. I've got the comedy. I've got the serious stuff. And Charlie Doyle is just a culmination of all of these really, really dark characters that I would love to play. And as Lauren was quite honest with me about, there's really very, very little dialogue, and it's all about body language and eyes. And it was really captured well by a fantastic DP and Dominic Savili.
I'm going to quote you to my students because you know what? They only care about how many lines they have. And it's like literally when we hand them out their scripts, they literally go, I only have this many lines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not playing, falling for that. There are so many great, look at Tom Hanks. He had no dialogue in Castaway. Okay. Come on.
Right.
Like, let's be, some of my most exhausting work that I've done is where I've had no dialogue, but I had to be so present in that moment. You saw Spin, and I was exhausted after that. I mean, that was more to be so in that character,
Yeah,
it's
in the moment.
I had a teacher tell me that when the director, claps the board, you don't say dialogue. You say action.
Yes.
And when I was writing this too,
I'm stealing that.
always in my head, it's when you choose not to speak, that says so much. And when you're comfortable with somebody, as two brothers would be, and you just look at each other, you don't need words.
You don't have to say much. That's for sure. I mean, there's a couple of really quiet moments between David and I as we're sitting down, and I'm explaining to him exactly what's happened back in the old country. And just those 3 or 4 seconds of pause lets the audience know exactly what is going on between these two and what their bond and what their history is.
Well, it says a lot to you two as actors as well. That you
and we did add one
show
line
that.
actually when we got to set because I had this long beard, as you see. And so I thought, well, we need to sort of make a comment about this, and so then we added the one line, and but it was kind of the beard sort of became my talisman. It was like
it was perfect.
It opened the door for work. It was like
It's just absolutely
that thing was pretty amazing. Like, I'm going to grow the beard back just for it, I think.
Wait,
you'll have to when we shoot the next episode.
Yes, I know,
Really?
yeah.
Do you have a question?
Well, I'm sure it made it nice to have the writer and the creator there. So if you had a question about your character, maybe you wanted to add a line, you could just turn to Lauren and go, "Hey, what do you think about this?"
Of course, and that's where the trust factor comes in, where you trust your director, you trust your DP, you trust your castmates, but you also trust your own instincts. And there's been times on set when I was a little reticent to say anything, but as I've grown a little more mature, I feel that I have the liberty to say something in terms of like just. And I always couch it in, hey, don't you want to, make this project a little better? It's like, and so you put it out there, and the director also has the ultimate say, yes or no. But usually I won't speak unless I think that it's really important. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Somebody went to bed in a taxi on the way to
That's
LaGuardia
okay.
Airport.
We're family friendly. So, like, yeah, David, would you say the same thing as seasoned actors? I mean, you're not newbies, and you're not. Do you find like the level of mature? Is the David now or the Jack now different from the Jack from 25 years ago? I don't want to say behavior,
hope
not right. I know. I love when everyone's like, "You look exactly the same. You're exactly the same." I'm like, God, I hope not. I'm like, I hope I've matured a little bit. But do you feel like, do you look back and you're like, wow, I would have done this. I would have been totally. Would you have been like, I'm totally different now on set than I was 20 years ago? And
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still like a sponge on a set.
Yeah.
I just, I'm still learning. My background's mainly theater. I still, I've done about 30 or 40, not up to the 100 and some that, Jack done. But it's, so it's still a learning curve for me. But it's just, some of it's, it's just being in yourself and being comfortable in your skin. And I think as you get older, a lot of the times that just happens too.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's somebody was asking me the same question about, my work 20, 25 years ago. And it's like, back then, all I cared about was saying my lines correctly and looking good on camera.
Yes.
and no, seriously. And I would get work, but I wouldn't get like meaningful work,
Right.
work that like really fulfilled me as an actor. And I think storytelling is like such a lost art.
I know.
And when you can do that with truth and it like really hits the audience, I mean, it was just, well, I mean, you were there, so as soon as that thing smash cut to black for the screening of Girl Boxer, the whole place just erupted. And I was just like, oh my God, we're onto something here. And that was, due to all the years of experience that David and I have, and, and with fresh eyes of Lauren and a great crew. That's how it happens. And Mary Agnes Sheeran, who played my sister-in-law, was fantastic, by the way. I had to mention that.
Oh,
Again, who had just a few lines.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole process, I actually had a contact, another filmmaker in Northern Ireland, who worked with me on the script to make sure that the wording was true to the region.
Yeah.
And she was all in. She got herself a dialect coach.
Yeah.
And when I showed him the screener, as a little thank you for all the help that he did. And his comment after was, that woman was great. And she said, I think three or four things. Yeah. But the way that she said it and just everything she had behind it was so powerful.
She was all in.
Made an impact. Oh, yeah.
And so genuine. And when someone is genuine, whether you have one line or 100 lines, the audience connects. They're not counting your lines. How many times people speak. I mean, like I said, like Tom Hanks in Castaway. But I love, Jack, how you brought up wanting to look good or whatever. So I did a show like 3 years ago, and I was just revisiting the press photos. And I said, I can't believe I didn't post these. I'm like, these are great. I mean, my faces are like, because I was like so in the moment. But no, I was so aware of myself. And this is only 3 years ago. But the other actors I was acting with, I'm like, they're not going to like these pictures. And I'm so regret that I didn't post these. And I actually think I'm going to post them because my faces are, you can tell that I was just in that moment. And now the mature me, and I was reliving those moments. I'm like, because
the sheer joy of it.
Yeah. Yes, the joy of living in that moment. And I read this article about being ugly actors, and not meaning that actors are ugly, but like to make those faces, to be brave, to not wear makeup. I just did a project, and the director was like, "Are you okay with not wearing makeup?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know what I look like." No, I'm not okay. I'm like. So
please.
And even like my modeling shoots, my favorite shoots are when the photographer's like, no makeup. I'm like, yes.
It's real, it's raw. I mean,
I love makeup, don't get me wrong, I love glamour, but it is fun to let people in.
So Lauren, for you wearing all these different hats, was there one hat in particular that you just enjoyed a little bit more?
Yes. Which hat?
Doing this project.
Which hat?
Oh, it's hard. Well,
I'll answer that. It's the actor.
I absolutely love that. I love acting. But being a brand new director, I didn't know how much I would like it. My past being a teacher, I just love creating communities. I'm that person in my apartment building that every year I have a February Valentine's Day kind of coffee, and I open my door and want everybody to just come in.
Oh, all right, I'm coming. I'm coming this year.
I'm that. I'm just that kind of person.
You sound like a kindergarten teacher.
Well,
but in a good way.
Exactly
In a good
what
way.
I taught.
In a good
And
way.
the apartment building returned its favors this time.
Yes.
They absolutely did. They did. I mean, we had 3 different neighbors open their doors to allow us to use their homes as sets.
That's because you're so giving. So what you're giving, you're receiving 10 times back to you.
I mean, you never do it for that reason, but
right? No, but because you're vibrating at that frequency, it's just going to come right back to you.
Correct.
Yeah. So creating an environment and sort of a community on set to be able to do what I love doing, acting, was awesome.
So Lauren and fellas,
Lauren and the boys.
Lauren and the boys.
And the boys.
That's like me. I'm with my boys.
Lauren
here,
and the boys,
yeah.
Lauren and the Doyles. The Doyle brothers.
The Doyle brothers. So is this a short film, a feature film, a series? What is next for Girl? What's the plan? Because I know you've done a lot of festivals. I know you've done all that stuff, but
well, I've done a lot of festivals just based on. Sorry, the baby is going full.
It's okay.
On, doing what he wants.
Let him go.
Hilarious.
It's good.
I've let him go underneath the sink, and he's just taken the Windex and opened it.
Oh no!
Isn't it funny what we do when we have an interview? It's like, just don't drink it.
I know.
I
I feel like I'm watching him.
You know what? I like.
Goes in the mouth.
I like to spray my windows. I like my Windex cold too. And I spray the windows.
I just love sitting.
Shaken, not stirred. Yeah.
So, as far as festivals go, I've only really been in festivals based on the script.
Right.
I wanted to start getting some momentum from the script, and in October, I was invited in a finalist in Oaxaca, and got to meet with Viacom.
Ooh.
So, based on the script, they wanted to talk to me. And that just went really, really well.
Yay!
So but in doing that and in learning that, I had this written down sort of as a half-hour just power drama. Like, you finish a half hour and then you're left going, oh my God.
Right.
And then you would binge the whole thing. But learning now a little bit more about filmmaking and the process and just generally what the market is for dramas such as this, it has to be an hour long. Mm-hmm. If you want those long, slow shots of the hand, going across the bar,
right?
You can't have that in a half hour. So even though I've written 3 episodes, I'm flushing those all to be an hour.
Okay.
And then using this sort of as a proof of concept at various festivals to then market it to the big boys.
Yeah.
And girls.
Yeah, market to the that's so and she's marketing too. She's marketing too, guys. She didn't even say that. She's writing, creating, directing, producing, acting, and marketing. Wait, so Lauren, are you a boxer? For real?
I was.
You were. So let's talk about that a little bit, because it's.
Excuse me, I've actually got to go back and.
Oh
do some
no, David! I'm so sorry that we're.
Oh no, but I appreciate it. It was great talking to you guys.
Great talking to you,
Jack and Lauren, and.
Thank you, David. Happy Scrooging.
You guys.
Yes, break a leg.
Humbug.
Bye,
take care, guys.
Break a leg.
Bye, David.
Bye now.
Yes, so the boxing, it's quite funny. We lived 1 year in Arizona, which was interesting. And at the time I was writing my dissertation, and I needed to get out of writing. So you go to join a gym, and there were 2 choices. There was LA Fitness, which was, say, $99 a month, and everybody in very fancy gear.
Yes.
Or there was the Scottsdale Recreation Community Center for $99 for the year. And it happened to be a boxing ring in the middle. The whole gym worked on the time bell. And I thought, let's just do this. So I would do my writing from 8 in the morning till 4 o'clock. And then from 4 till 6, I did an hour of conditioning and an hour and a half of technical training, like technical boxing. And then I would go pick up my husband from work. So about 5 days a week, I was doing 2.5 hours of boxing a day.
I am actually so envious. I am dying to box. There's something about it. It feels like a dance to me, and I don't know what it is, but I have a couple of girl boxer friends.
Beautiful to watch too.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing, right? I just watch it, and it's because I know it's not random. I know that there is so I don't say choreography, but there's you're not just hitting people. I mean, there's strategy. There's there's moves. It's physical
and I think too as an actor, the physicality that you're getting of a boxer, they're light on their feet. I bet to bring that into the acting ring must be really great to have that kind of weight in your body and be able to just So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
They don't call it the sweet science for nothing.
No. And, it's, and, we make fun, I mean, not we, but, make fun of like Mike Tyson, but I'm like, wow, they were really great boxers.
They're great athletes.
Great athletes. I mean, and so I think that is cool. And are you still, you're still boxing? You still?
No. I do. I run now. Now that I was going to start, getting in the ring and actually having fights and stuff. But then I was pregnant with my first, so stopped the boxing. And now I laugh saying that now that I have 2 young children, I do long distance running.
I have 3. My youngest is 9, and I started running when she was about 3 years old. It was kind of like my self-care. And I would run for an hour. Often walk. It wasn't running straight for an hour. That'd be amazing if I could do that. But for me, it was. I get the whole mom thing. You know what I mean?
The gym had a babysitter, and it started from there.
Oh, yes,
there you go. I love that. So guys, Jack, what's next for you? Coming up.
Oh my God! I'm starting a detective mystery series, kind of like True Detective.
Ooh.
And in it, the first episode, I'm going to be playing a priest who's been accused of,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Topical.
It's quite topical, and it's another quiet performance until it's not.
Yeah.
There's also I just signed 2 NDAs for 2 more projects.
So we can't talk about them, but we're going to keep our eyes peeled.
One is a comedy, the other's a drama. It's an infiltration and the mafia kind of thing.
Right.
So I've got 3 projects. I've also got 6 projects that are ready to go. Also, I have a premiere of a firefighter film tonight. First time seeing it, called Brave.
The stills from that look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you see it on my Instagram page, you'll see all the stills.
Oh, I'm gonna go look.
Tonight. Yeah,
but it seems like you just have a couple things.
Yeah, so slacking off.
Come on, Jack. Seriously.
Yeah. But yeah, this is these are all blessings, and I've always found that you surround yourself with good people, you surround yourself with good creative people, then really good things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell, because I also coach actors, young actors, older actors just starting, experienced actors. I said, always remain curious, always remain vital, even if you're not speaking. Okay?
Yes.
Always.
Always. Oh, I'm stealing all these. You guys are all going to be coming to my acting class with me. Channeling everything. Lauren, what about you? I know you're still, working with Girl Boxer, but are you on to something? Yeah. You're always doing something. You're in a photo shoot. I love all your stuff. I'm like, there she is again.
Thank you.
She's so fierce.
January is going to be a real busy one. I'm playing one of the leads in a feature filming in Philadelphia, Delaware, and New York. This is one thing that's great. I saw this breakdown, and it was for a large, imposing male. I kept reading it, and I thought, I could do that. So I wrote to the director, and I sent him my tape, and he called me not too long after, and he said, well, I can't see it anymore being a large, imposing male. You will be my Lucifer.
Love that.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that on Insta. Or did you post? I think you. Fantastic.
So I'm playing the devil.
Yes.
And 2 other shorts coming up. And then a possible for another feature. And so if this all adds up, I will have 2 features, 2 shorts, and then my fingers are crossed to premiere at Slam Dance at the end of January.
Yay! Well, we're rooting for you over here. So
Thank you.
We're giving you guys all the good vibes.
Lauren, I have a project that I think you could write. Just listen, in the beginning when you said you were a kindergarten teacher and you were talking about how everyone saw you as like a serial killer or an assassin. I was like, she needs to write. You need to write a film. You know, a kindergarten teacher by day, an assassin at night.
Oh God, like Kindergarten
Perfect
Cop,
cover.
but like a little bit more edgy.
A little bit more
Perfect
edgy.
cover.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I like that,
I've
Jack.
already started writing something. I won't give out all the details, but about somebody who is killing for the greater good. Let's put it that way.
There you
go. You know
like
what?
Dexter.
Yes, like a Dexter.
Yes.
You know what, Lauren? It was funny because we share a mutual friend. I've never met him, but Jeremiah.
Yes,
and he had
yes.
posted a picture. It was you with Jen. He's like, someone do a movie where like Lauren plays the knight, Jen plays the queen. And I was like, yes, someone.
Yeah, and we've all met already, and
Of like, please make this happen because I am so down with this. Right? Who I can't. There was like four. I think it was like four women. I can't remember who it was.
yeah, Molly Gazay
Yes.
and Ilaria Mazi. I can never pronounce her name. I'm sorry, Ilaria.
No, it's okay. But am I right? It was like you were the knight.
Yes.
Were you the knight? Jen was the queen. I cannot remember, but I was like, this needs to happen in my lifetime. No, I do.
Yeah.
This is what I love about social media is now we're all connected. Although,
Yes, we
Jack,
are.
I can't be friends with you on Facebook for some reason. I don't know if you're like at your number limit. I think I follow you though, but I
Who,
could.
me?
Yeah,
Or Laura?
you. I can't.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Yeah, I follow you, but I couldn't say
I am definitely not at my number limit. Believe
Okay.
me. I call the herd every like 6 months.
Right. No, I get it. No, I get it.
You
But
got to do that.
what I love about
You do.
I love you do because it's ridiculous. But my
Yeah.
feed is all people like it was like the week before Thanksgiving or like 2 weeks. My feed was literally people opening up new like Broadway show scripts that they're in for workshops, people booking films. I'm like, I am so in the right circle. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
It's
Like
inspiring to see that. I mean,
Yeah.
especially before Thanksgiving. I mean, talk about being thankful.
I
you know?
love seeing my friends like just do. I'm like one of those people that just gets excited for people because I know how hard it is out here. So when I see people doing it, I'm like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Keep on going. And you know it's only going to go up from here, you guys.
Exactly.
So, how can we see Girl Boxer?
Oh, well.
Or how long do we have to wait?
Yes.
My son just told me bye-bye. Where
Ah.
are you going?
He's like, I'm
Oh.
out. Aw.
You got a suitcase with him?
Yeah, really. He's out the door.
Thank God. He's a year and a half, so we'll
He's
see how
out.
far he gets.
Yeah.
No, once it's in New York, it can only be shown right now at festivals.
Okay.
But we've put in for some of the bigger ones.
Yay.
So the hope is maybe a New York Tribeca premiere. If that doesn't pan out, there will be others,
Awesome.
and the world will know.
Yes.
The world will know.
So,
So,
I was just going to say, where can they find you
Yes,
online
that's what I was
on
gonna
the
say.
social
give your
interwebs and all
drop
that
your
stuff?
socials.
So Girl Boxer Movie on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And on Facebook, I need to change the name. So initially, I'm a bit of a geek and an academic, so I had entitled it Dornalai Colleen, which is Gaelic for girl boxer.
Yes.
And my husband is in marketing, and from day one, he said, "Lauren, you
Yeah.
gotta drop it. You gotta drop it."
Yeah. They're not working.
So I dropped it, and Girl Boxer is. I know it now. It's solid. It's to the point. So on Facebook right now, it's Dornalai Colleen Girl Boxer. But
Okay.
when I have a minute, oh my God, he just took a bite out of the butter.
Oh my gosh, we'll let you go then. I know. I get it. I totally
I
get
just took a bite.
it. Yeah.
But it will just be Girl Boxer.
Girl
movie
Boxer,
on
okay.
Facebook as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what about you, Jack? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Jack Mulcahy the third, the number 3,
Mhm.
3RD, and as my mom used to call me, Jack Mulcahy the turd.
Ah!
But, and then on Twitter, you can find
That's
me.
because
at,
of the Irish accent.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then you can find me at Jack Mulcahy III, which is Roman numeral 3.
Oh, cool.
So,
Well,
on Twitter.
thank
And
you.
I just sent you a Facebook friend.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Oh,
look
good.
at that.
Yay. Good. See what I do? I'm like, I can't friend you. I did
And
try.
David's on as David Sittler.
David Sittler, he's on, yeah.
Sittler, yeah. He's fantastic.
Guys, so this was supposed to be
great.
a couple weeks ago, but actually I'm so glad because Danny was able to be here with me. He wouldn't have been able to be here
Danny,
last
thank
time.
you.
Thank you for joining
This
us.
is you have your boys, and I got my two, Kevin and Danny, with me in the studio today. But this is so exciting. You know, I
for
love
having us.
people creating their own work, and it's because it inspires me because I have so many thoughts in my head that I
Yes.
just kind of stop doing. But I'm like, why? So talking to both of you and David, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on inspiring. It's
Absolutely.
exciting, and we all got to support each other, right? As artists.
Keep
I'm going
swinging.
to write you in a few weeks, Lauren, and see how that script's going.
I know.
Oh, yes, do
I
that.
know, because she is academic.
Do that,
I
yes.
know. I have to do it. You know, I said to my girlfriend, because she wants to kind of help me, I said, let's just get together and do some free writing. And
Yeah.
she's like, let's do
Yeah.
it. Just free write. You know what I mean? Get together, some coffee, whatever, just hang out.
See
and
what
just
pops.
see what pops out. But I might be calling you guys.
Please.
Calling you guys in. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
again.
joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
you guys are great.
you.
Thank you. And
All the best.
All the best. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Enjoy
Right.
the afternoon.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
What a great
All
day.
right.
I love that we had like the drag show, the little appetizer with Christmas
The little
and
app,
Jack,
and
the
then we
little
just had
appy, the
dinner.
big dinner with Girl Boxer.
And now we're going to have a quick dessert, just the two of us.
Yes. We're just going to wind down. I don't really have anything going on. No, that's not true. I
You
totally
have the
do.
holidays.
I got the holidays. I have falsettos. I'm doing a little bit of movement for falsettos at Rhino. So I do that next week. My children are in the Christmas play at the barn, the 21st
See, you
Century
got stuff
Christmas
going
Carol.
on. You're renovating
I'm
a
doing
home.
I'm
Like,
renovating a
come on.
home. I'm doing the set for and props for my kids' Christmas show. I even posted a picture with tinsel and a staple gun because I was like, I could do that stuff.
Wait a minute. Can you?
Can
you make a
I don't
staple
know.
gun?
I don't know.
Should
I
we
was
be
actually
afraid?
having a hard time. But no, I'm in this like I have some downtime, but I'm using my
Enjoy it.
Well, I'm doing my own personal business stuff. So it's like I have
Yeah.
downtime, but I'm really
'Cause-
focusing on me.
I mean,
On
like
low
the
mo.
holidays are busy, and for me, I'm like, I keep telling you, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like trying to come up for air. 'cause
Well,
just
and
so
it's funny
crazy busy.
Because we want to go see. So I just lulled him in. Well, no, not that he didn't want to go,
No.
but no, not that he. No, he did not. Not
Just
that
like
he
throw
didn't.
me under the bus on
No,
the
I'm
air.
not.
Kevin, when we
Pretty
do the
soon I'm going
recording,
to tell
cut
you
this
your
part
age.
out.
I'm going to tell you how old you are. No, but I get
Yeah.
it. It's like a busy time of year.
Tell me how old I am.
I know. How old am I? Oh,
No,
God.
but we're gonna go see a show next week.
So we're not going to chew.
We're gonna chew
We're not going to.
on the road.
We're going to chew in the city.
Chew
So
in the
Kev,
city.
no
Uh-oh.
show next week. Okay.
New York City. Get ready for us. We're coming back.
No, I get the same way though. It's like this time of year, you know, and I loved the snow day on Monday. I was so pretty. We were stuck in the house.
Oh,
We did
yeah, me
Christmas
too.
stuff.
You know
It
I
was
love a
so
good snow day.
great. But then it was like Tuesday. I was like, oh, it's muddy.
Tuesday I was back at work. We lost power.
I
It was awful.
know.
It was just so crappy.
And I just going, I mean, I had a great Tuesday, but I love, but now it's like Kevin couldn't find parking. Now it's like winter.
Well,
now it's
we
the
need to
annoying
go-
winter.
You know what we need to do, Lauren?
What? Go to Jamaica?
No.
Oh.
We need to go to Bristol, Pennsylvania because it's Christmas.
Oh my
people.
God! Did you see our live video? We were literally
We
in the
were
movie
crazy.
Groundhog Day. We went to see Next
Did
to
you see
Normal.
our video, Kevin? Kevin, come on.
He does not. I don't, Lauren.
Kevin.
This is Kevin.
I'm like,
Kevin, did you
Kevin,
see
get
what I
on the mic.
posted? He's like, Lauren, I don't go on social media.
I don't.
I'm like,
Kevin,
all right.
You didn't see
I
our
post.
video?
No, I don't see.
We
anybody's
announced to the world that it
anything.
was Christmas.
Can I out you that you? Can I out you? Your social mediaing?
What do you mean?
How you follow no one?
I follow 0 people.
So he follows no one.
Not even us?
No, it
No.
bothers me on Instagram. It's actually a
Bastard.
sore thing for me.
I follow 2 people. I follow my boyfriend and I follow my musical.
and he does not follow.
I follow no one else.
I know, and he knows it bothers
all right.
me.
You know what?
But I don't.
I unfollowed you though.
Why?
That's
You
fine.
unfollowed
I did.
him?
I unfollowed him.
I follow him.
He doesn't follow me. He will not follow me. He refuses to follow. He says he wants to be like Beyonce.
Yeah, but see, I don't do the tip for
Maybe like
tat.
Beyonce. I love
Oh,
that.
I don't do the tip for tap. But listen, I do.
Ooh, okay. Kids, save it for the dinner table.
because I don't want to be sucked into the vortex of social media.
Oh my God.
That's why I don't
There's-
follow anyone.
There's no
Uh-oh.
medal.
I
Here, you
land
guys
on
go. I'll be
Facebook.
like the
I
referee.
know.
I land
and
on.
go. I'll conduct.
I land on Facebook and I look at and
Look,
all I see
conducting.
is the group stuff that I'm part of. That is mostly music gigs.
Yeah, but he should follow me, and he knows it bothers me.
I don't know. I know.
You know
bothers
it
me.
Why does it
bothers
bother
me.
you?
I
I know
don't
it-
know why it bothers me that he doesn't follow me.
But if he followed you and he didn't like your stuff, that would bother you more.
But here's the thing.
Right?
It does bother me. Here's my thing. I'm not like a like for like, but I kind of am. Like if I like someone's stuff all the time and they're not liking my stuff back, then I feel like a psycho. So I just stop liking your stuff. Cause I'm like, why am I liking your stuff? If you're not going to like my stuff.
It should be genuine. You should like it because you want to like it.
Well, that's
right?
what I do now. Now it's like, but I don't.
eyes are
But I'm
itching.
like Kevin. I don't scroll as much anymore on Facebook.
I'm
I'm like
no
Kevin.
time to dedicate.
I do very.
I need to
minimal.
focus on my stuff.
Yeah.
I can't be
I
bothered.
post. I only scroll 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then that's it.
Like that? You literally every day go,
1, 2.
do you do that while you're listening to Despacito?
Despacito. They're gonna turn us off. They're gonna
No,
turn
I
us
just
off.
did that. I went da-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Oh yeah. We are punchy. No, I just because you know why
You think
keep
we're
on
punchy now, Kevin? You should see us at night.
Yes, you should see
Like
us.
all of a sudden, like
we're
Like
crazy.
we change after like 10 o'clock.
We're like after hours. We're like
after hours.
Lord
Like
and
before
Danny.
10, we're still kind of mellow, but all of a sudden 10 o'clock and no alcohol.
No,
I mean, alcohol makes it worse, but no alcohol, and we're just like
we had we like sang Rent together. We sang on
I
the
was
way
home.
because it was like 2 hours to Bristol, like 90 minutes.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my god.
No, but on the way home it was like an hour and 20.
yeah, yeah.
But the way there it was long.
'Cause it was
long,
traffic.
but a good thing we like each other.
Yeah,
But no,
really.
but we went to dinner. I mean,
Yeah.
I had sangria. You didn't have anything though.
no, because I was like, you know, I just get weirded out when I'm
But
driving.
can we just reenact how just because I think Kevin will get a kick out of
Oh,
that.
how we drove up.
No. We went to King George Inn for dinner, which
We
we thought was pretty
did.
cute.
It's so
But
cute.
now we're walking and we're coming up on the theater, on the town, and we're loud, of course. And this is us. Well, you go first.
Oh my god, this is
like, oh
so,
my God, so
cute.
cute. Let's
It's
take a
like
photo.
Christmas here. You know, did you
Yeah.
ever see the movie Baby Boom when the New Yorkers go to like Vermont and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Well, just think of, like, annoying,
it's
like,
so cute.
Annoying
That was
people,
us.
like
yeah.
you know, like
We
it
were
looked
so
like they let
obvious-
us out of our bubble.
Yeah, really. We were so from like I might as well have been wearing like a leopard print jacket. Did I have?
But it's funny though because we were acting like people that never go to these things,
I
but we
know.
do.
We were so
Like
like
we were like,
tacky.
oh my god, it's so cute. Even at intermission, I'm like, Lauren, they have gelato.
we
Did we get gelato?
we
no.
didn't get it. Yeah, it was like
We were
we've
like,
never
oh
been.
my god.
Oh my
Look,
God.
look at that set. Let's take a like you would think that this was the first time at the theater.
Remember and then we took a picture of us, and the guy behind us totally photobombed us, and then he showed me all his. He's like a
All his
photobomber.
photobomb. He does it for a living.
He he does. He photobombs, and I know his name. I'm not gonna say it on the air, but I literally know his name. You texted me. You're like, "What was that guy's name?" And I was
Yes.
like, "I told you his name."
And then we're leaving and we're walking through the town and we're literally like, oh my God, look, there's like a salt shop.
look at
oh,
this
look, there's a
Christmas
dentist.
store.
It was like,
Look at the lights.
yeah.
Go to
next
the tree
time,
lighting.
Next time Kevin's going to come with us and
Yeah,
we're
you
just
have to
going to
come
annoy
with
the
us.
shit out of him.
I won't get annoyed.
No, he won't. But we were definitely like
Even
like
if we
the
start
New
conducting
Yorkers
while
in
we're walking down the
Pennsylvania.
street. Okay.
Wow. So we're not. Wow.
Get ready then.
Do you want to come with us next Thursday?
I have a show.
Oh, it's right. Okay. So no shoots next
Wah,
week.
he's
No
gonna
chew
work.
next week. But we will be back, I think, in 2 weeks.
Wait, let's
What?
let's do our photo.
Oh, ready? Go. Okay, Kevin. We'll be back not next week. Kevin, stop.
We'll be back.
Peace
We'll see you when we
out.
see ya.